Good day, everyone. Now, today's class, we are going to look at a question from exponential equation in mathematics. Now, the question is 3 raised to power 3n minus 3 raised to power n is equal to 720 rather. Find n. Let's look at how to solve the solution first. Solution. Now, what we are going to do is this. Let's write out the question. Okay, let's consider the question directly. If we look at this, 3 raised to power 3n, let's come back to multiplication law of indices. In multiplication law of indices, if we have s raised to power ab, you can as well rewrite this to be s raised to power a into bracket b, or you say s raised to power b into bracket a, either of the two. Now let's use this in the question given to us. Let's use this approach in the question given to us. Now if we have 3 raised to power 3n, meaning we can rewrite that, therefore we can rewrite that to be 3 raised to power n into raised to power what? 3, like this, minus 3n is equal to 720. Now, if you look at this, you realize that the s raised to power n appears here and also appears here. Now, since s raised to power n appear here and also appear here, then let 3 raised to power n equal to, let's choose a letter, let's say equal to y. Therefore, in this equation now, we are going to replace 3 raised to power n with y. Therefore, we are going to have y raised to power what? 3 minus y is equal to 720. Now, if you look at this, this is a polynomial equation because of the power 3 now that we have here. Now, in solving this, or in trying to expand this now, in order to find the value of y out, what we are going to do, we are going to apply the long division rule. But before we apply the long division rule in polynomial, what we are going to do first is to look for a number that when you slot it in, you use the number to represent the value of that y that is in this equation. Now, when you now slot the number in, it can equivalent to what we have here, 72. Or let's do it this way. Let's make it like this. So let's take this one in. You are going to have 720 is equal to 0. So let's look for a number that when we slot it, a number that we use the number to represent y, and when we slot it in this equation, is going to give us this is 0. A good example of such number that we can use, let's say we say y is equal to 9. Let's see what will happen when we say y is equal to 9. Now, let's replace 9 in this equation. Now, anywhere we see y, let's replace it with what? 9. We are going to have 9 raised to power 3 minus 9 minus 720. Let's see if it's going to be equal to what? Is 0. Now, 9 raised to power 3 is going to give us 729. That is 9 times 9, 81 times 9, 729, minus 9 minus 720. So let's look at this. This is going to give us is 0. Now, meaning one of the factor of y in this expression is y minus 9 is equal to 0. Do you get the point? Meaning one of the factor of this is y minus 9. Now, if one of it is y minus 9, then what we are going to do now is to use the long division. Using the long division now, since we know one of the factor of this equation, this polynomial, to be y minus 9. Then we are going to use the long division. Using the long division, we are going to place this here and put this equation here, 720. Now, if you look at this, y raised to power 3, this one first, divided by this y, you are going to have y raised to power 2. So that y raised to power 2, put it here, y raised to power 2. Now, having get that, you use each of what we have here to multiply the result that you got here, that you place here. Now, if you use y to multiply this, you are going to get y raised to power 3. If you use minus 9 to multiply y raised to power 2, you are going to get minus 9y squared. So put this in bracket according to the rule you should remember, then over. Now this, we cancel this will become minus y raised to power 3, and this is plus y raised to power 3 to cancel. Now you have dots. Now this minus will affect this, minus times minus plus. So if you look at what we have here, you don't have power y raised to power 2 there. So therefore, what we have left here is 9 raised to power. Let's rewrite it. That means we are going to have 9 raised to power 9y raised to power 2, then minus y, then minus 720. Now, the same thing we did to this. Remember, we pick this out and use this to divide it. Then we have this. The same thing is going to be done to. Is going to be done. Is the same thing is going. You are going to do the same thing here. Let me put it that way. Then you are going to have 9y raised to power 2 divided by this y. Then you are going to get 9 what? Y. That 9y, remember, when we divide y raised to power 3 by y, we have y raised to power 2 and we place it here. Now when we do the same thing we did here was being done here too. Then we have 9y. Then this one, that's, remember, is positive, 9y will be placed here. What happened? You remember when we did this and we place it here, we still now use this the 2 of what we have in this bracket to multiply this, and that was why we got this. Now that was how we got this. Now the same thing applicable to this. Now having used y here to divide this, we have 9y. Then we'll now use this same y to multiply this. Then you are going to get 9y squared. Then this time this again, remember this is negative, minus 9 times plus 9y. Then you are going to get minus 81y. So remember what we did here, we put it in bracket and put minus. That's the rule. Then this is plus, this is minus, this is 0 here, right? Dot. Now this minus times minus, that's plus. Then you have this place, 81y, then plus 1y. That will give you, remember this is minus times minus is plus, right? Then you have plus 81y minus 1y. That will give you 80y. Remember, you are left with what? Minus 720. Now the same thing applicable you did to this, you are going to do it to this as well. Then you have 80y divided by what? Y. Then you are going to have what? 80. The 80 will be placed here plus 80. Then you are going to use this everything here to multiply this 80 again. Then you are going to get 80y. Then minus 9 times 8 plus 80. Then you are going to get minus what? 720. So if you do the same thing, bracket minus, this will be what? 0, this will be 0. Then meaning we've gotten one of the factor of this equation. We've got one of the factor to be y minus what? 9. Therefore the remaining factor is this. Now therefore you are going to have into bracket y minus 9, then y, this one now, y, that is this and this, is equivalent to this equation. You are going to carry this and this, that is this one, this, then the upper one, that's y square plus 9y, then plus what, 80. Now if we consider the first one, now everything is equal to 0. If you consider the first one, then you have your y minus 9 is equal to 0. You have your y as said here. Now y the second one, or y square plus 9y plus 80. This is not factorizable. So what we are going to do, let's see if it is. We can use the formula method now. Minus b plus or minus b square minus 4ac over 2a. Now this is going to give us, what's our minus b? Our b is 9. Then you are going to get this to be minus 9 plus or minus, what's our b? 9. That's what? 9 square. That's, don't let us waste time. 9 square is going to give us 81. 9 square is going to give us 81. Then minus, what's our a is 1 here. Then our c is 80. If you multiply 4 times 80, you are going to get 3 minus 320. With this alone, you don't need to disturb yourself again. Remember, this one is a is 1, this will be 2. With this alone, you don't need to disturb yourself. When you multiply 4 times 1 times 80, we got 320. If you look at this, when we minus this, we are going to get minus 9 plus or minus square root of, this is going to give us negative value. It's going to give us negative and minus 239, meaning this equation is undefined. That is what? Is undefined, meaning we cannot find the value of that what? That y, since this is minus negative, since in the root we have a negative value. Now what we are going to do now, we go back to that means the only value for y which is positive is 9. Therefore we are going to say come back to this. Since we've known our y to be 9, now we come back to this place. Now look at it, we come back to here. We have 3 raised to power n. 3 raised to power n is equal to 9. Remember, y is here. 3 raised to power n is equal to y, where y is equal to what? 9. Now we replace that with 9. Then we are going to get 3 raised to power n is equal to 9 is 3 raised to power 2. Then this will cancel this. Then we are going to get our n to be equal to 2. You can check whether the answer is correct or not. Now to check, we come back to the equation. The equation is 3 raised to power 3n. 3 raised to power 3n minus 3 raised to power n is equal to 720. Now what's the value of our n? 2. We are going to have this to be 3 into 2. The n is 2. Then minus 3 raised to power 2. We are going to check if it's going to be 720 now. Now this is going to be 3 raised to power 6 minus 3 raised to power 2. Now this is going to give us let's see, this is going to give us 729. 3 times 3, 9. 3 times 3, 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 3, 27. 27 times 27, that's going to give us 729. 729 minus 3 raised to power 2 is going to give us 9. Then we are going to have our answer to be 720. Correct. So please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. More valuable and reliable solutions will still be given under mathematics, fixes, distribution substation operation, then Amazon KDP. Under that Amazon KDP, it is an online ways of making money. I have the full idea on it. I've been doing it and I make money through it every month. I'm going to be sharing the idea here. So those of you that have been looking for the opportunity to start making money online, this is a great opportunity for you. When you subscribe to this channel, you will be cleared with how to make money from Amazon in a simple way. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Thank you.